won in the doubles event for boys, European Youth Champions in 2018. Please do not begin until I announce it. Please hold back. We are ready, good luck.
Yeah. Okay. It seems we are good on the sound on every channel now. So once again, good morning and welcome to the European Youth Championships 2018 here from Aalborg in Denmark. My name is Lars and I will be your commentator for today. I will keep you updated on the scores to make sure that everyone knows who's bowling good. As you can probably hear, the crowd is quite noisy here in the bowling center, so I hope you can hear me loud and clear. The bowling center is pretty crowded. I'd say we have around 200 people here spectating this championship. And we're already seeing some quite good scores. We are about halfway in the first game. And I want to tell you a little about our streaming service during this championship. On channel 1 we have lanes 1 to 8. On channel 2 we have lanes 9 to 16. And on channel 3 we have lanes 17 to 22. And this means that no matter where your team is playing in the center, you can follow them here on the streaming. Also on the streaming we have the online scoring for every channel. And if that's too small for you, you can always go to our championship website, EYC2018.eu, and check out the full online scoring. In the squad we're using 22 lanes, and after each game the even lanes move 4 games to the right, and odd lane numbers move 4 lanes to the left. We're playing 2 squads today. Of course, this is the boys squad 1, and after this we will play the boys squad 2, and then the boys are done with their doubles. There will be no finals today. Finals will be played tomorrow after the girls have completed their doubles. The pattern used for this championship is 39 feet with 26.73 milliliters of oil. The pattern is also available on the championship website. Also a fresh lane mapping has been done of the entire center, also available on the championship website. I will do my best to move around the center to keep you updated on some scores. Currently we have the first teams in the ninth frame. That's lane 21-22, but it seems like the rest is just about halfway. If you didn't get a chance to watch the live stream of the opening ceremony yesterday, it is available on our YouTube channel. I will move a bit around in the center to find some high scores. I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, so it seems we have a pretty good start from at least one player from the Netherlands, 149 in the 6th frame. And also Finland seems to be on the top on lane 11. We have one of the Finnish players, Pyro, started off with the 9 spear and then a 6-bagger. So it seems Finland is currently on top of this squad. Also Belgium seems to have a pretty good start. We have Clement Banat starting off with a 6-bagger on lane 7. And his double buddy, Darren, with 116 in the 6th frame. So they are also pacing around 50 plus. Just down at lane 1-2 now. We have Swedish team. And they are scoring, just finished the 9th frame, where both players just did a 9 miss. They are currently both at one, are in these in the 9th frame. Still more people are coming into the center, so we only expect the noise to get louder. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. Standing behind Team Denmark just now, the host nation, on lane 17-18. We have Andreas Andreasen, started off with a double, and then a 5-spear and a 4-bagger. His buddy Matthias is bowling his 7th frame just now. He has 73 in the 5th frame, and a strike in the 6th. And as you might hear, he got the double. So it seems Denmark is moving up there as well. The first teams have completed the first game on lane 21-22. Malta with 369 and Ireland with 371. Once again, I would like to remind everyone that we are covering the entire center with this live stream. Channel 1 has lanes 1-8, Channel 2 lanes 9-16, and Channel 3 17-22. Also remember to check out the online scoring on EYC2018.eu. Once again, back at the Belgium team. Clement Banat seems to be scoring the high game of this first game. He has only 1 shot left in the 10th frame for 278. Started off with a 6-bagger, then 8 spear, and now 4-bagger. Throwing the last shot now. Also a strike, 278. As far as I know, that is the high game of the first game here in Squad 1. His double buddy has 156 in the 8th frame and a strike in the 9th. So it looks like Belgium is taking the lead from the beginning. I see Team Sweden also finished now on lane 1-2. And that's 192, 192, so 384 for Sweden. I'd say that's the score most of the teams are pacing right now, around 380. I'm just waiting for Belgium to finish to get the final score of them. We got a 9 spare from Darren. And Belgium is bowling on lane 7-8. So it's like about 470. Belgium. And again, it looks like that is the highest score of the first game. Just behind 11-12 again, with Finland and the Netherlands. The Netherlands looks like around 400 for them. And Finland looks still to go to the top of this squad after game 1. Looks like a 440 game. Just making my way back to Team Denmark as well. At lanes 17-18. And we have Andreas, who started off pretty good with an 8 spare in the 8th frame, and Matthias now with the triple. So it looks like Denmark will go above 400 as well. .317 for Turkey, and looks like 389 for Team France. On the pair next to them, lane 15-16, we have Iceland, just about to finish their first game, along with Switzerland. It looks like both teams is around 340 in the first game, 340, 350. We have a lot of teams finished with the first game now, just waiting for the last few to finish the last game. Have an update from lane 5 and 6. Team England 387 and Team Germany 368. Belgium finished at 473. As far as I can see, no one can really make that. Maybe Team Denmark can get up there. Mathias from Denmark with another strike. So now a 4-bagger for him. Andreas can still make it to the 240s. And Mathias can still bowl in the 220s. So a potential 470-ish for Team Denmark can still be reached. Team Slovakia just finished the first game, 328. And also Norway about to finish just now with the last shot on lane 14 of the first game. And that's 377. I see Finland finished. We'll just get you the final score. Finland shot 235 and 202, so 437 for Finland. The Netherlands finish at 397. So forgive me if I'm forgetting anyone, but it seems that we have 3 teams over 400 in the first game. Belgium, Finland and Denmark. And it's just lanes 17, 18 missing now. Team Denmark and Team Ukraine. Also Ukraine can still make the 400. First player, Alexander, finished 218. And Daniel can still make 207. So even just with a spare, they'll still be over 400. We have Denmark. Andreas finished at 230. 230. Daniel from Ukraine shot an 8 in the 10th frame, so it looks around 400 for Team Ukraine. Now Mathias from Denmark with a strike. That makes it to a 5-bagger. And that would be the Danish supporters you can hear. Mathias with his second shot in the 10th frame now. A strike for the 220s. Looks good. And another strike. A 6-bagger. And this brings Denmark to just over 450. 453 with another strike for Mathias, which puts Denmark in second place. Ukraine, Daniil with 187, and that puts Ukraine to 405. And another strike from Mathias puts Denmark to 453. We will collect the scores, and I will give you an update to make sure I haven't forgotten anyone. So I will be back shortly with an update on the first game. Okay, scores are now updated on our website. And it seems I got it right. Team Belgium in front, Clement Bernard and Darren Palligrums. 473. And Denmark is sitting second with 453. Finland in third, 437. And Ukraine is fourth with 405. And just below 400 we have Team Netherlands, 397. So a good start from especially Belgium and especially Clement with 278, which is the high game so far. So I'll leave you to watch some nice bowling. Remember, you can watch the entire center. We have 3 channels, which covers the entire center. So I'll be back around the ending of game 2 to keep you updated on some scores. Of course, I will do my best to cover the entire center. And of course follow the teams in front. So enjoy the second game of this first squad of the boys doubles. I will return in around 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the live streaming of the European Youth Championships 2018 here from Aalborg in Denmark. My name is Lars. I will be guiding you through the day. You're on the live streaming, and we'll try to give you an update on the scores here in game 2. And overall the scoring pace seems a bit higher now. I'm just behind lane 7-8 with Finland and Scotland. Finland with scores of 129 and 138 in the 6th frame. So they are able to make quite a good score in this game. Should still be able to make it to just below 500 if they strike out from the 8th frame. Also on lanes 9 and 10, Norway and Germany, also quite good scorings. Seems a bit the same as Finland, so around the same scores there. I will move to lane 3 and 4, where we have the leader from the first game, which is Belgium. And Belgium just had a few open frames. Quite good game. Their scores are 195 for Clement, who started 278. So 195 in the 9th frame. And his buddy Darren is 145 in the 8th frame. So it still looks like around 400 again. On lane 1, we have England. And we have Robert with spare strikes spare. Spare strike spare. And then strike till the 9th frame. Unfortunately, his buddy Oliver is struggling a bit in this game. Currently has 118 in the 8th frame with spare in the 9th. But still possible to make an okay score in this game. So I will move further down in the center. Another strike for Norway. This is Geo. Started 208. And can make, if he strikes out in the 10th, we have a 279 game. Also his buddy with 120 in the 6th and strike in both 7th and 8th. His buddy is Jonas. Also still able to make a 240 game. So it seems like we'll have a very high game from Norway. Currently sitting 4th is Ukraine. Alexander is just about to finish his game. And it's a score in the beginning of the 220s. And his buddy Daniil is currently pacing mid 180s game. So it seems like 400, 410 for Ukraine. Also it seems Sweden has picked up a bit. We have Lucas scoring 254 in the 2nd game. And his buddy Oscar struggling a bit, just got a 4-9 split with 180. Seems like a 175 game, around that. Oscar is 178. So Sweden at a score of 432 puts them at 816 after 2 games. Now making my way to 21-22. We have Denmark and the Czech Republic. Denmark currently sitting second after the first game. And it seems Denmark are getting an okay game again. Seems around 400. Andreas with 136 in the 7th and a strike in both the 8th and 9th. So they can still make it to 440, around 440, if they both strike out in the 10th. I will make my way back to Norway to see how things are going in the 10th. They are getting quite a high game. And it seems the crowd knows it, because it's very crowded around Norway just now. It's very hard to see the scores. But we have Geo. He has the first 2 strikes in the 10th frame, so we might get a new high game. With a strike he scores 279. His buddy Jonas currently still able to strike out in the 10th for 219. So we could be looking at a score of just under 500 for Norway, which will put them around 70 plus 870. Belgium finishes second game at 388. So that puts them around 850. Sorry, 860. 861 for Belgium. Team Italy on lane 5 scores 325. Seems to be struggling a bit. It's 678. Robert from Team England on lane 1 scores 246. And his buddy Oliver shooting a game just got the 2-8-10, so it seems just over 140 in this game. Geo from Norway finished off with a 9, so 278 for him. And his buddy Jonas, unfortunately, with a 9 miss in the 10th frame, putting him to 197. And they are now at a total of 852 as far as I can see from here. So Norway right up there on the top. I will try to get a look at Ukraine scoring. I think it's 409. Puts them at 814 in total. We'll make my way to Denmark now. On lanes 21-22. Andreas finished his 10th frame with a 6-3. So that puts his second game to a 190 score. Mathias Angerdal currently finishing off his game 188 in the 9th with a strike in the 10th. And he got the double. So a strike for 218 for Mathias, which put the Danish team at 8+ for this game. So around 60+ in total. So Denmark still in the top 3 of this squad 1. It seems the rest of the lanes are finished. And there was the whistle. So game 2 has been completed. We will collect the scores and I will give you an update shortly on the total scores after 2 games. Okay, scores collected for game 2. Also updated on our website. On top, we have Team Finland, 870. In second, Team Belgium, 861, which is the same score as Denmark with 871. In fourth, Team Norway with the big game of 475 and with a total of 852. And we also have both Germany, Sweden, Ukraine and the Netherlands, just over 800. Just having a chant from the Swedish team. So those are the scores so far. Remember, you can always check the scores on the championship website, EYC2018.eu. Here you can also find the online scoring for the entire bowling center. And for those of you who just arrived, remember we have 3 streaming channels during the entire championship. Channel 1 covers lanes 1 to 8. Channel 2, lanes 9 to 16. And Channel 3 covers lanes 17 to 22. On the championship website you can also find the oil pattern of this championship, which is a 39 feet pattern. Also a fresh lane mapping of the entire center is available on this website. Once again, I will leave you to watch some great bowling here in Game 3 of the Squad 1 of the boys doubles. I'll be back with you shortly when we get to the end of the game to keep you updated on some scores, to keep track of the top of the squad. I will try to cover as many teams as possible, but it is very crowded here in the center, so it is quite hard to get from one end of the center to another, but I will do my best. Okay, welcome back to the live coverage of the third game of Squad 1. We've had a little breakdown on lane 7, so they are currently only in the 4th frame, while others are finishing off their game. Currently in the lower end of the center, lane 1-2, Italy and Switzerland. It seems that Switzerland, after a rough start to this third game, got a few strikes in now. On lane 3, we have two of the teams from Finland and Denmark. Finland currently first after 2 games. Denmark currently third after 2 games. It seems Denmark doing higher scores in this game than Finland is, so we might get this even. Finland currently in the 6th frame, 129 and 111, where Denmark is at 136 and 138. Seems like a good score again. Denmark is under. Norway, who did a high game last time with 475. It's currently looking at a score just below 400. Could still strike out for around 20 over. On lane 9, Ukraine, currently in 7th place, scored 385 in the 3rd game, which put them at 1199, so 1 under. We get a lot of screams from the English team. It seems that Edward, sorry, that was Malta, the Maltese team, who's highly represented here at the crowd. They scored 403 in this game at 11:24 after 3 games. Germany with a very high game this time. I think that's the highest game of the day. 491. 269 for Felix, and Tim with 222. So Germany, who was in 5th with 824, they are now at 1315, so 115 plus. And that puts Germany right up there. My prediction is that Germany will take over the 1st place. Sweden, also with a high score this time. They were 6th before this game, and they are scoring a 460 game now. And that puts them just about 1280. Let's see Oscar's last shot on lane 16. That's an 8. Puts him to 245. So 1275 for Sweden. So Sweden also getting to the top of the squad. A good game from the Czech Republic as well. 459 puts them at 1164 now. So good and needed high game for the Czech Republic. Team England with a 385 score in the third game. At 11:61 now. Also Belgium playing at lane 21-22. In this game, they were second after 2 games, and they are shooting a high game once again. Darren just one shot away from finishing the third game. Clement scored 236 in this one, and now Darren can strike with 1 strike. He finishes at 222. So they are actually quite close to the first place as well. (13-18) is the final score after 3 games for Team Belgium. So Belgium stays at the top of the squad. I don't remember the exact German score, but it's very close at the top. Also remember, after both boys squads, the top 4 moves on to the semi-finals, where the number 1 seed is going up against the number 4 seed. And as mentioned earlier, no finals today. Finals are tomorrow, after the girls completes their double squads. And as mentioned before, we've had some difficulties. 7th, so they just did the 7th. So we will get a delay for the 4th. The other team still playing is on lane 3 and 4. Team Finland and Team Denmark. Finland looks like a score around 400. Just around 400. Team Denmark scoring higher. Can still make a 50-460. Apologize for any problems with the sound. It seems like when I am in the lower end of the center, we are getting some breaks in the sound, so I apologize for that. I will stay clear where we have signal. Andreas finishes the third game at 221 from Team Denmark. And we have Pyru from Finland at 208. And Jonas from Finland, or sorry, Jesse from Finland can spare for 199, which puts the Finnish team at 7+ in this game. Now Mathias Angerdal finishing his 10th frame with a big split. So rough finish for the Danish team. Andreas at 221, and Matthias with, if he knocks down one of the two, it's a 4 split. He will get to 205. And he gets them. So Finland at 107, 1277, and Denmark at 1287. So it's pretty close at the top. It seems top 4 is within 40 pins. And we are just waiting now for lane 7-8 to finish this game. That's Ireland and Iceland. Iceland looks to make an okay score this time. Above 400. Same for Ireland, just above 400 it seems. But both teams need to score high in the last 3 to medal in the top. So we just need the last players to finish 10th frame on lane 7 and 8. And then we will collect some scores, and I will be back with you short with an update of the scores from game 3. Okay, we have collected scores from game 3. And it's very close at the top. We currently have Belgium sitting first with 1318. In second we have Germany with 1315. And then a little behind we have Denmark, 1287. Finland, 1277. Sweden, 1275. And then in 6th place, Norway, 1251. So only 40 pins are separating 1st from 4th. Actually, 1st to 5th. So we are in for 3 very exciting games to find out who takes the top of the squad, and also then potential to go into the semi-finals. Squad 2 of the boys doubles will start at 1:15. And once again, no finals today. Both semi and finals for both boys and girls will be tomorrow, after the girls finish their squads. The semi-finals are scheduled for 5:30 and the finals for 6:15. Remember, we are covering the entire center, 3 different streaming channels, so you are always able to follow your team. Channel 1 covers lanes 1 to 8, Channel 2 9 to 16, and Channel 3 17 to 22. I hope you're able to feel the atmosphere at home. Here in this, the atmosphere here in the center is also very much ecstatic at European Youth Championships. We have a lot of spectators, and during the day we've seen a lot more come in. So game 4 underway. I will leave you once again for around 10 to 15 minutes, and we'll be back at the end of the game for a update on the scores. So enjoy game 4 of the squad 1. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the live streaming from the European Youth Championships 2018 from Aalborg, Denmark. We are just concluding game 4, and the center is getting really crowded now, so having a bit trouble moving around the entire center. Behind Denmark now was sitting for this game. Denmark seems to be struggling a bit in this game. It currently looks like a 370-380 game. Team Ukraine also struggling. They were sitting in 9th place, and it looks like 350 game for them. So maybe we're just seeing a bit more struggle in the transition of the lanes now. Team Sweden with 2 good games in 2nd and 3rd game. Also just with a 380 game now for Team Sweden. So also Sweden in a bit of a struggle this time. Belgium and Germany were playing together on lanes 17-18. And unfortunately I didn't catch the scores before the score system reset the screens. But it looked like a big score for at least one of the teams, so we had Belgium in 1st. We had the Netherlands in 8th place before this game. So I think to get a better view of the scores, we'll just have to wait until the last teams finish the 4th game, and we will collect some scores, and I will be back with a fresh update on the top of this first squad. So I will be back with you shortly. So we collected the scores from game 4 now, and we have an update for you. Once again, Germany had a very high game, 494, and that puts them at 1809, which is plus 209. That puts them right on top of this squad. Also Belgium, who bowled on the same pair as Germany in the last game, got a very high game, 474. That puts them at plus 192. Finland with a 265 and a 236, so 501 puts them right back into this game, and they are plus 178 now. Norway, it's been some right for them so far, with 2 highs and 2 lower games. They are currently sitting 4th with 1710. Also Iceland, after a rough start at 339, is now at plus 101. In 6th place we have Denmark, who had a rough 4th game with only 377 and is now at plus 64. So at this point, Germany, Belgium and Finland has built a lead. Only 30 pins separate the top 3, and then there's around 70 pins between 3rd and 4th. So Germany, Belgium, Finland currently on pretty high scores. Squad 2 of the boys event will start at 1:15, and after the conclusion of Squad 2 there will be no more bowling today. Finals are tomorrow after the girls have played their double squads, and the semifinals will start at 5:15 tomorrow. Remember to visit our championship website, EYC2018.eu. Here you can find online scoring, you can find the current standings of both the boys doubles and also the individual standing of the all event. We are currently in Squad 1, Game 5. And I'm standing just behind the German team, who's currently in the lead. And they started off with 3 spares and 1 open frame. So seems they're struggling a bit more now. Let's see if they figure it out fast. Also the Finnish team playing on lane 17 also had a rough start for Puri with a strike and then 2 open frames, and now a strike in the 4th. So we're in for a very exciting end of this Squad 1. I will be back at the end of this Game 5 to keep you updated on the scores, so you are fully updated for the last and 6th game. So do enjoy the nice bowling right now in this 5th game. I will return shortly. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are from Aalborg in Game 5 of Squad 1 of the boys doubles. Right now, standing behind game lane 7-8, looking at the Swedish team, and we have Lucas and Oscar. They are on their way to a very good game. Currently both we have Lucas with a triple and Oscar currently with a six-bagger. And we are in the 9th frame. So quite a high scoring pace from Sweden right now. Sweden, who's currently in 7th place with 59 plus after 4 games. So they are in need of a high game if they want to medal in the absolute top of this squad. They are able to strike out over 500. That would be a very needed game for Sweden. Moving on through the center. On lane 11-12 we have England and we have Denmark, who's currently in 6th place with 64 plus. Currently Mathias Angerdal with a 4-bagger and also Andreas with 2 doubles during the game, so they are also pacing a 500 plus game, and it could go to the high 400s. The current team in 2nd place is Belgium with 192 plus, struggling a bit more in this game. They are going into the 10th frame now, and it looks like a game just around 400. So they would be, both Sweden and Denmark will be gaining ground on Belgium in this game. At least it looks that way. We have in 3rd place before this game we have Finland, who looks to score a decent game. We have Kuru with a 2-14 game. And Jesse can still make a 2-30 game with 3 strikes in the 10th. So it looks like plus 40, plus 50 for Finland in this one, which will bring them around 220 plus after 5 games. Current leader is Germany, and they are currently at lane 21-22. And we have Felix, just completed his 5th game. It's a 178 game. So also Germany seems to be losing a bit ground in this game. Looks like the top 2 will have a lower score than the teams just behind them. Tim from Germany can still make a 216 game, which will bring them to 390 in this one. And that will put them just around 200 plus. So it looks like we might get a lead change. It looks like Finland is going to take over the 1st place. Moving back to the lower end of the bowling center. Back to Sweden. See if the strike fest continues. We have Luca finishing on at 237. And Oscar has just struck the first in the 10th. So he can strike out for 268, which will put Sweden at 505. And totally, that'll put them 160 over. So they would be 50 pins behind Finland. So Sweden right back up there. After a low fourth game of just 384. Oscar with a 10 pin. So looks like a score of 257 for Oscar, and total for Sweden, that'll be 494. So one more high game from Sweden, and we have a possible semi-finalist from Sweden. And that's a spare, so 257 for Oscar. Just a short message from the streaming service. When the streaming starts for Squad 2, that would be on new channels. So you need to scroll a bit further down on the streaming page, and you should be able to find the 3 new streaming channels for the Squad 2. These channels are only broadcasting Squad 1. So remember, new channels for the second squad here on the live streaming. Next squad will start at 1:15. Finland finishes off at 446, puts them plus 224. And as far as I can tell, they are the new leader of Squad 1. Denmark just finishing off now with Andreas. Looks like a 206 game with a strike. Mathias Angerdal can still make it to a 248 game. So Denmark can potentially go to 120 plus. So they really need a high game to medal in the absolute top of the squad. Strike for Andreas, so 206 for him. And let's see how Mathias Angerdal finishes off. Playing with Team England on lanes 11 and 12. Looks like a game for around 400 for Team England. Mathias with a 4-pin, a little high in the pocket, and a solid 4-pin for him. So max score now for Denmark is 434, which will put them just around plus 100. So approximately 120 pins behind Finland in the lead. Looks like the rest of the center is just about finished with the 5th game. We will collect the scores and I'll give you an update on the standings after game 5, going into the 6th and final game of the squad 1. I will be back with you shortly. Okay, we collected the scores and also updated the standings on the website. In front, as predicted, we have Team Finland, plus 224. Second place, Team Germany, plus 202. Third place, Belgium, plus 189. So still only 35 pins separating first to third. And these places can be very crucial to secure the spot for the semifinals, since we still have one more squad to go. Sweden with the high game of 494 at plus 153, followed by Iceland with plus 152. So high games for Sweden and Iceland can put them right up there. A little further behind, at around plus 100, we have Norway and Denmark. And they are really in need of a high game in the 6th. So enjoy the last game of the squad. Very exciting finish between the top teams. Remember, you can follow the entire center on the online scoring and also on the live streaming on all 3 channels. You can follow your team all the way through this championship. Enjoy the 6th game. I will be back shortly with a update near the end of this game, so we are able to tell you immediately the standing after squad 1. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are just about to conclude the first squad. To update you on the scores, on lane 3 we have Sweden and Germany, both top 4 teams. Germany finishes at 453, which puts them at 255 plus, which seems like a very good score. Sweden, also with a strong finish, 160, puts them at plus 213. Just trying to make my way to the other top teams. Team Belgium, who was in 3rd place. We have Clement with 173. A bit of a struggle for him in this game. Fortunately, his buddy Darren is currently with 197 in the 8th frame and strike in 9th and the first in the 10th. So possible 257 for him, which could put them at 430 in the next game, which also puts them over 200 plus. Got the second strike in the 10th frame. Also looking at Finland now at lane 13. Puri has a score of 192 in the 9th frame and a strike in the 10th. His buddy Jesse 150 in the 8th frame and a spare in the 9th. So it looks like a game around 400 for Finland. And that makes the top 3 very, very close. Belgium finishes at 219 plus. 219. Let's see Finland. They need 396 to beat that score. So big shot for Puri here. Needs the double in the 10th. And he gets it. Gets the double. Very important for Team Finland. And it looks like Finland will be the winner of this squad. It's very hard to move around right now since players are finishing, so there's a lot of movement here in the center right now. Puri from Finland, 221. And now Jesse will play his 10th frame. Denmark not with the best finish. Andreas at 193. Matthias with the high 180 game, like in the high 180s. So Denmark is out. We got a strike from Jesse from Finland. Can still make it to a 200 game with 2 more strikes. which will put Finland at plus 245 if he strikes out. Jesse throwing his second shot of the 10th frame now on lane 13. And a ring 10. So it'll be a 190 game with spare. Puts them at 411. And a total score of plus 235. As far as I am aware, that is the highest score of this squad. But we will collect the scores as soon as possible and give you the official standings of the first squad. Remember to check out the website. Scores will be updated immediately after the last shot is thrown. Nice finish from Italian player Mario with a 240 game. We will now collect the scores. We'll be back with you shortly.